What's up everybody, it's Casino Hood here, back again with the final episode of the Newcastle United career mode, and we're going with this starting 11 against Burnley at Turf Moor. It's going to be Callum Wilson up front with Lewis Guy sat directly behind him. Fraser, St Maxim out wide, James Milner and Sander Berg will make up our CDMs. Then we're going with Jamal Lewis, Lascelles, Shaw and Manquillo in the defensive four. Carl Darlow being statistically our best goalkeeper clean sheets wise in the Premier League will be in goal. But we're going to quick sim this one because we've got two big games coming up to end the series with at Liverpool and Spurs. So great news for Newcastle United, we got the win, and most impressively Lewis Guy, who I put in as our youth player to get a game, has actually scored the goal. He scored in the 19th minute. Callum Wilson had a penalty saved in the 38th. No real other events in that, clearly wasn't a very eventful game for that Turf Moor crowd, but Lewis Guy gets us the win. Okay, next up in the Premier League is our trip to Anfield, our second to last game of the season, which we're going to play. We're going to start with this team against the mighty top place Liverpool. It's going to be Dwight Gale up front. Miguel Almiron gets his first Premier League start since getting injured in November. We've got Ryan Fraser and St Maxim out wide. Isaac Hayden comes back into the first team to partner with Sander Berg. We've then got Manquillo out wide with Lejeune, Lascelles and Jamal Lewis. Carl Darlow again keeps his Premier League starting 11 position. As I've said, has got the most clean sheets in the Premier League for us out of the four goalkeepers we currently have. If you look at the top goal scoring teams there, Newcastle are two behind Liverpool. Sadio Mane, top goal scorer in the Premier League, being chased down by Alan St Maxim. Oh, and Liverpool out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, and Roberto Firmino has just lashed it into the bottom corner. I thought this would go wide. It's just driven along the floor, and Carl Darlow has been beaten rather easily at his near post. Hayden now. Here's Fraser to Gale, who's turned Van Dijk beautifully. It's Dwight Gale. What a save from Alisson. Well, that's the end of the first half. Not much else has happened since Firmino's goal. 1-0 down still. We haven't had many clear-cut chances apart from the few saved from Alisson, but realistically we're not doing too well, we're not doing too badly either. Who tries to thread it to Gale, he's done so. Gale gives it back to Almiron. Now to St Maxim. St Maxim's turned his man. St Maxim! And we've levelled it! What a goal to score at Anfield, and St Maxim in front of the travelling supporters celebrates his 20th goal of the season. And Liverpool, Jamie Vardy, 2-1. Liverpool's push for the title continues. They're getting goals just out of nothing. They've played shockingly bad today by a top of the table standard, but they're churning out a result, which is what winners do. There's Goretzka, 3-1 surely. It is. A good move from Liverpool. Is it going to be 4? Vardy out wide, Salah in the middle. It's come across goal, Fabinho. What a save that is from Carl Darlow. It's come back across goal. And that's it. 4-1. Okay, so this is the table going into the final game of the season. Our 4-1 defeat to Liverpool means they are Premier League champions. We are playing Tottenham on the final game, who sits 7 points behind Liverpool. They can no longer catch them. Bad news is we can no longer finish 5th, and it also means we can no longer finish 7th. We are guaranteed to finish 6th in the Barclays Premier League. Man City are fighting for their lives at 4th. We need to hope they do finish 4th so that we get Europe. Man United are basically the best they can do is finish 7th. Not a great season for them. Looking at the bottom of the table now, good news for Arsenal supporters is that Mikel Arteta has managed to keep the club up. After 37 games, they sit 15th on 34 points, means they are 4 points above the drop and cannot go down. Brighton are officially relegated, as are West Brom going into the final game. The final spot is up for grabs, so it can either be Leeds or Sheffield United. Sheffield United have Southampton, whereas Leeds United are away to Everton. So because this is the final game of the season against Spurs and there's nothing to play for, we cannot go any higher, we cannot go any lower. I'm going to go with this starting 11, which is basically our entire youth team. We're going to go with Porter up front with Lewis Guy and Dodd out wide. Seymour also going into the wide positions. Then we're going with Hayden and Reina in CDM. Jamal Lewis, Kyan Healy, Nathan Young and Kai Roberts will make up the defence. And also the new goalkeeper Howells, just come through the academy, will be in goal. Lewis Guy now. There's Porter. Brilliant work. And it's a good ball for Dodd. And the youth team are 1-0 up. Dodd has scored against Spurs. And we are beating Tottenham 1-0 with the youth side. Dodd does very well to find space. Porter does even better to keep fighting against, I believe that was, I'm not sure actually who that was, but he does very well. And Dodd finishes beautifully past Hugo Lloris. That is Peter Dodd's second goal in the Premier League. Let's come back out. Højbjerg, Sissoko. Kane under pressure. And Sissoko, what a save from Howells! That's not a bad ball. His guy stayed on side. Referee says yes! And Guy has scored! And it's 2-0! What a pass and what a goal! Newcastle's youth team are 2-0 up against Tottenham Hotspur. Look at this ball, brilliant from Hayden. Guy does brilliantly, brings it down and finishes beautifully across the goal. What a touch, what a control. And to hold off a player like Sanchez while doing that at only 17 years old is insane from Lewis Guy. So that's it at the half, 2-0 up. I was not expecting it to be so easy, but we are doing fantastic against Spurs with that young side. Harry Kane, 2-1. You weren't going to save that, Howells. Not against Harry Kane. Into the feet of Porter. Lewis Guy. Lewis Guy. It's 3-1. And Guy's got 2. What a passing goal. And this kid is, I tell you, is going to be something special for us. 3 goals in the Premier League for Lewis Guy. He's doing fantastic for this club. Oh, look at the space for Lo Celso there. What a tackle that is. And we've given it away. Spurs through, Lo Celso 3-2. Harry Kane, it's 3-3. Shocking defending. We've let Harry Kane have space in the box, and I don't understand how that's happened, but it is 3-3 with 15 minutes left. Can the youth team hold on? There's Seymour into the feet of Guy. Who's give that to Porter? Who's gave that back? Lewis Guy for the hat-trick. It's 4-3. Lewis Guy on this start has scored 3 goals against Tottenham Hotspur, and not a weak Spurs side, a first team Tottenham side, and he's got 4 in the Premier League. So we're going to get off some of the youth players now, try and shore up the game. On comes Almiron, Lejeune and Yedlin, trying to shore up that win. We've not got long left. Even a 4-4 draw against Spurs with this side is an impressive achievement. Oh, and that's exactly what's happened, but it's offside. Still Almiron. That's a beautiful ball from Porter wide to Dodd. Across goal. Porter couldn't get his feet to it. It was well defended from Newcastle there. What a ball that is. And Porter's through. Porter's through. I think Spurs thought he was offside. They all stopped. Here's Almiron. Seymour. It's 5. We've beaten Spurs. What an end to the season. Arthur Seymour gets a goal. And it's 5-3. And that's it, 5-3. What a way to end the season with the young side. One for the future. Watch for that man, Lewis Guy. He will be a vital part of us next season, I can promise you that, especially if we have European football. So we're going to finish things off and look up at the final Premier League table. As we already knew, Liverpool have retained the Premier League. They sit 8 points clear of Spurs, who finished second. Leicester and Manchester City make up the other Champions League spots, which means we are guaranteed Europa League football for being the runners-up in the Carabao Cup. Chelsea make up 5th place. We finished in 6th on 69 points. Man United, not a good season from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, finished 8th place, 4 points away from 7th, where Everton sit. Looking at the rest of the table now, we've got Wolves in 9th with Crystal Palace in 10th, Villa 11th, Southampton 12th, Burnley 13th, West Ham 14th, Fulham 15th. Towards the bottom 6 now, you've got Arsenal managing to just stay up by 5 points. They finished 16th with an insanely bad record of 19 losses in the Barclays Premier League. Leeds managed to dodge the drop on the final day. They finished 2 points above Sheffield United, who go down with Brighton and West Brom. The top goal scorers in the Barclays Premier League looks like this. Harry Kane got an impressive 28 goals in 38 games. He finishes above Salah and Mane. Alan St. Maxim, an honourable mention, finishing 4th. Jamie Vardy getting 17 in the league for Liverpool. As we look at the FA Cup, Jose Mourinho has finally won Spurs' first trophy in, I believe, over 20 years. They win the FA Cup 1-0 over Liverpool. As you know, Man City's only silverware this season was the Carabao Cup against us. We finished very well in second. The Champions League has been won for a record 14th time, I believe, by Real Madrid. They beat Atletico Madrid in the final 2-1, which was a nice Spanish final there. The Europa League won by Monaco 2-0. Surprisingly, Lokomotiv Moscow getting to the final, which is quite an impressive achievement for them. But Monaco will be in the Champions League next season and in the UEFA Super Cup final. Finishing up looking at our squad now, we've got Alan St-Maximin being the most MVP'd player, surely, with 25 goals and 13 assists in 39 games. An impressive record also for Callum Wilson, who got 18 goals and 20 assists in 35 games. Dwight Gale as well having an insanely good season, 15 goals and 8 assists in 24 matches. I'd like to also give mention to Jacob Murphy, who got 9 goals and 5 assists in 26 games. The most capped player for us at Newcastle United this season was Jamal Lewis. He finished on 48 games. Ryan Fraser in second with 45. Isaac Hayden played an impressive 42 games, and Fabian Schär and Ayoze Perez playing 41 games each. Obviously, Ayoze Perez playing most of his for Leicester, but did make quite a large number of appearances for us. But that being said, that is going to do it for the end of the Newcastle United season. I want to thank you all so much for watching throughout this entire journey. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, it's had its heartbreaks, and it's had its triumphs. If you want to see season 2 of this, where we'll be playing Europa League football, make sure you're hitting like and you're leaving comments to tell me what you'd like to see, and if you would like to see that. Alternatively, if you'd like to see me do a different career mode, please just let me know. I'm very open to the suggestions. There'll be 2 more videos regarding this career mode. One is a little sort of highlights package that I'm putting together, and finally the final one will be the season awards episode. So make sure you're hitting subscribe and like, so you'll know exactly when those come out, because they're going to be great things to watch. But as I said, thank you so much for watching this season. It's been fantastic. It's been frustrating, as everything with Newcastle United is, but thank you all for watching. Take care.